Hey everyone, welcome to episode 112 of the Evolve to Win show. I'm here on LinkedIn Live. So if you're listening to this and you happen to be on one of the podcast apps, you might want to switch off and listen to this or watch this, I should say, either on my LinkedIn page or on my YouTube page. And here's why. First of all, this is a session for women only. So if you are a male, you can watch it if you want to, but we're going to get into some girl stuff. You might just want to forward this on to your female colleagues. And second of all, I'm going to be going through the top 7 hacks to get yourself a little bit more comfortable on video. And these hacks include tips that I've received from some professionals. I'm going to share some of my favorite products that honestly, I don't know what I did before I found them. And I'm going to share a little bit about technology as well. So if you're someone who's either new to the virtual video world, or maybe you're just still not feeling that comfortable about being on video, I want to say welcome to the club. For years, I hated being on video. I just wouldn't do it. And back then, I didn't really have to do it. But I've been on video consistently for at least the last few years because I've been using a technology similar to Zoom for client meetings for years now. So I had to really get over it. And part of getting over my hesitancy to get on video was feeling like I was at least putting the right kind of effort into making myself presentable. So I want to start with a quick story. There was an article that they were doing let's see, it was an issue of Gulf Shore Life, and it was this healthy living magazine that comes out, I think, once a year. And they called and asked if Paul and I would be willing to be featured in that edition of the magazine, because they were researching and writing about couples who both work together and play some sort of sport together. And they learned that Paul and I had done a marathon together and that we play tennis together. And so they wanted to interview us. Well, when it came time to do the interview part was actually really simple, but then they wanted to bring out a photographer to do the photo shoot with us. And thank God I decided to call in somebody to do my hair and makeup, because in my world, when I would do a photo shoot on a tennis court, I would throw my hair in a ponytail, put on a hat, and just go. And so we called in a referral, someone who was referred to us, who is a professional hair and makeup artist. And she is the best of the best. Her name, by the way, is Lauren Palumbo. And so she came in, and when she made me up, she gave me a natural look. Okay, so that's what we were going for, was a natural look. Well, 1 hour and 45 minutes later, that's how long it took for her to give me the kind of makeup that would look really good on a professional photo shoot, at least much better than I possibly would have done on my own. Now, don't be scared by that, because what I do on video now doesn't take even close to that amount of time. But what's funny about this story is after an hour and 45 minutes of trying to make me look natural, but shootable, my husband then gets ready, and in 10 minutes, he's done. They literally powdered his face, and that was about it. They might have drawn some eyebrows on him. I don't know. But it was ridiculous. And I don't know about you, but as a female, it's one of the things that I struggle with, quite honestly, is if you're a guy, you literally can just show up and get on video, and you don't have that additional pressure that we women do of feeling like we got to put our face on, right? So if you are like me and you've ever struggled with that, one of the things that I know is that putting makeup on and feeling like you're camera ready is actually a bit more for you than it even is for the audience. And here's what I mean by that. People are actually not nearly as concerned about how you look as you are. And so one of the reasons that I take the time to learn some of these hacks was because I know that if I feel like I've put more effort in and feel like I'm a little bit more presentable and professional looking in my image, then I am much more likely to carry a level of confidence, right? So if that makes any sense to you, I really truly believe that the way that you put yourself together has much more to do with how it makes you feel, and therefore how it makes you show up internally, which ultimately shows up, of course, externally. So here we go with my top 7. And by the way, stick with me if you would, because number 7, if you don't know it already, is one of the ones that is like a tip that most people don't know about, and it's specific to Zoom. So here we go. Number 1, the makeup tip. So as I said, I worked with Lauren, and she gave me some great tips, things that I never would have known about in terms of makeup. And quite honestly, if you're interested in really truly knowing the makeup tips, and you'd like me to bring Lauren on as a guest and actually walk through a professional makeup application virtually, I'm totally happy to do it. Please comment if you'd like to go through that process. By the way, one of the reasons I was even prompted to do this video is because a friend of mine in one of my groups actually wrote and said, look, I'm really uncomfortable. What do you guys do for makeup? How can I make myself look better? And so I thought, you know what? I've been there, and in fact, I'm still there, quite honestly. Don't think that I'm doing this video because I think that this is the look you want to have. If you saw what I started with, hopefully you'd say, well, at least you look better. But I do want to give you some tips that will just make you feel good. So a couple of things about makeup. First of all, the makeup that you would wear on video is a bit heavier than you would probably ever consider wearing out, right? Because the way that the camera picks it up, your eye makeup as an example. I mean, honestly, when I first got my makeup done, whether it's for a professional, photography shoot, or whether it was for this natural looking photo shoot that I did for the magazine cover or the magazine article, the makeup looked so heavy in person. I'm like, oh my God, I would never, ever go out like this. This is wrong. This is not the right look. But I've learned that the way that the camera picks it up, it's helpful to really at least accentuate your eyes with a little bit more makeup and to do a little bit more of the contouring to show the cheekbone. But the couple of things I wanted to say about makeup is that, first of all, if you're using a moisturizer or a base makeup that has an SPF in it, you can get spots apparently from the lighting that you use or from the cameras that you use. Now, I don't know anything technical about that. All I know is when you're getting on camera, don't use the SPF products, either in your moisturizer, your base, or your powder. And there are some base makeups that are actually specific for photo as well. So if you're doing any kind of longer photo shoot or any kind of presentation that you really want to up your game, consider just getting some like photo finish kind of makeup. And again, if you're interested, I'll do another session and we can get more specific on product. But the one thing that I do want to share is this amazing product that Lauren introduced me to, which is by Dior. And by the way, I'm not getting paid for this to promote Dior, but Dior, feel free to reach out to me because I would be happy to get paid in makeup. Anyway, this stuff is called Air Flash, and it's a spray foundation that literally has you look airbrushed. Now, I'm not wearing it today, so please don't look at me today and say, that doesn't look that good. But you can absolutely tell when I do wear it because it's literally got like a flawless kind of finish. So that was one of my favorite makeup tips that I got from Lauren. Okay, so second thing I want to share is literally, okay, so you probably need to be over 40 for this. I guess in my case, I started turning gray in my 30s. But especially if you've been stuck at home and you are unwilling to do your own roots and they're starting to show up and you're starting to feel a little bit like a skunk, if you haven't found this stuff, and again, I don't have any links and I'm not getting paid for this, I happen to use L'Oreal as my product. It's called Magic Root Cover Up. And it seriously is a lifesaver. I mean, I've had moments where I just couldn't get in to see my stylist or just it had been too long. And literally with dark hair, especially, you can see a stripe. That's how much gray I have. This stuff, you literally just spray it on. It's just a little spray bottle and you can just spray your roots and you go from looking like a little bit of a hot mess to at least presentable. So if you've ever, like me, struggled with roots showing, especially right now, you don't have to do your own hair. You can just use the Magic Root Cover Up. Okay. So that's number 2. Number 3 favorite tip ever. Okay. Almost every morning, if not every morning, I've got some sort of exercise routine, whether that be, well, right now it's the Peloton because that's about all I have available other than being outside, but tennis almost every morning. So I get sweaty and gross, and like I have to shower and wash my hair every single day, or so I thought. And my stylist said, Heather, you do not want to be shampooing your hair every single day because it's really not going to look that good. Your hair actually looks better after day 2 and day 3 without shampoo. All right, some of you I know are probably freaking out about this because you would never consider going that long. I certainly didn't for like all my life until I learned about the dry shampoo. Now, this one happens to be Batiste. I have used a number of different dry shampoos. I happen to like this one, but here's what's funny. I just found out as I ran out of my last supply that they have a special color for brunettes. I've been using this one, which is just like, it's like a lighter color. And my problem I used to have was I would spray in this dry shampoo and my hair would actually have like a little bit of a white powdery kind of film to it that I'd have to really work out. But the deal is, even if you work out, after you take your shower, just don't wash your hair again. But what you do is you blow dry your hair, then you apply the dry shampoo, then you blow dry and style. And I'm telling you, I promise you, like your hair looks better and better as the days go by. Okay, so if you have not gotten involved with dry shampoo yet, total game changer. All right, what about puffy eyes? So if you don't have this issue ever, then man, I wish I knew what that was like, but I do. I have times where my eyes, I wake up and I've just got like this puffiness that won't go away. So the easiest thing you can do for that, just throw on a pair of glasses. Now, honestly, there are times where I've had eyes that are just like, oh my gosh, how am I going to get rid of these? And yes, I've got some eye creams. There are some amazing eye creams that work really quickly. So there are those options for sure as well. But if you're ever just feeling like it doesn't look good, you throw a pair of glasses on and you're going to do a lot of work to cover that up. So that works too. When it comes to what you wear on camera, I wear a little bit of everything now because I kind of don't worry about it as much anymore. But you can never go wrong with a solid color, right? Because a solid color won't compete with anything, won't stand out too much. It allows people to really just focus on you and your face versus looking at like, oh my gosh, what is she wearing? That's hard to look at, right? Even if it's a beautiful pattern that you normally love, sometimes you get on camera and you're like, oh, this doesn't look so good. So you can never go wrong with a solid color. My stylist who really helped me with colors would not like me wearing black. She would prefer if I were doing this video wearing some sort of blue color or green color. So it's great if you have the opportunity to work with somebody who knows colors well and can match you and tell you what will bring out your features in your color the best. But even if you don't know what that is, solid colors are your friends. And then the other thing is just do a quick check of your top that you're wearing. I was talking with a colleague of mine the other day, and she had this really cute top on, but as she looked at it, she goes, oh my God, on camera, it kind of looks like I'm in my pajamas. And she's like, I've had other meetings today and I didn't realize that, once she said that, I was like, oh, it actually kind of does. I can tell it's a really cute top, but it could have been mistaken for pajamas. So take a look and just see how your top is framed in the video and make sure that you like it, right? Again, it's more about how you feel about how you look to portray your confidence. But you don't want to end up looking like you might possibly have pajamas on. Number 6. Okay, technology. There's so much to be said about technology, but I'm just going to share that I think the top 2 things in terms of technology are the positioning of the camera, right? So if you can have the camera, I'll show you exactly. This is the height of the camera. It's actually like right at my eye height. So it's sitting on the top of my monitor right now. So that I think the more height that you can get to your camera, the better. I have on my laptop, I have a laptop that literally had the camera at the base of the screen. And I'm telling you that you need to get an external webcam if you have that going on, because if you are trying to shoot video from down here, up here, it's a horror shot. You're never going to like it. You're never going to feel comfortable. So if there's nothing else you do, invest in an external webcam. I use Logitech. I love Logitech. They've got great cameras. One other thing about the lighting. Okay, I think lighting is really important. I think it's pretty critical. If I were to have my blinds open right now in my office, there would be a light shining right here that creates, I've seen it before, it creates some really bad shadows. It is not pretty and it's even distracting. And so instead, what I do have an overhead light on, and then I've got a light that's right in front of me, right behind my camera, and it's fairly bright. I've gotten used to it over the years, but I would consider putting some lighting in so that your face is actually illuminated. Again, it makes it easier for people to see you. And when we talk with each other, we're usually looking at each other's eyes. So I think if you can find a light that you can work with, I'll have Paul actually put in the comments the kind of light that we use, the kind of camera that we use, in case you want to take a look at those for yourself. Okay, the last thing is, with this technology, what is your camera position? I'm sure you've seen all kinds of different things going on, and people way up close and people who are like just tiny little and sitting down here. The rule of thumb is that your chin should be like halfway point in the screen, or that your eyes are in the top third. So use either one of those, but as you're lining up with the camera, see if your chin is kind of right in the middle of the shot. So if you're down here, it just looks kind of funny, or if you're like way up tall, right? So right there, top third for the eyes or middle for the chin. Okay, number 7, and this is the one you've been waiting for. If you are using Zoom, if you're new to Zoom and you don't know this, there is a feature called Touch Up My Appearance. I found this more than a year ago, just accidentally. And when I first clicked on it, if you've ever done Snapchat, and you've seen how like it takes 20 years off your picture, you're like, oh my gosh, that's a great filter. Well, Zoom has something similar without all the funny ears and everything else. So here's how you do it. I'm going to give you a step-by-step. Unfortunately, I can't show you live here because I'm on StreamYard right now, so my appearance is not touched up. By the way, StreamYard, if you ever want to do that, we'd love to have it. But right now, I don't know how to do that on StreamYard. If you're on Zoom, what you do is there's a taskbar on Zoom that has an icon of a video camera. What you're going to do is you're going to click on that up arrow that's right next to your camera icon. And when you click on that up arrow, you're going to see a couple of different options. You want to click on video settings. Okay, so video settings is what you're going to click on. Once you click on that, a dialog box is going to open, and there are going to be a number of different options there. You're going to see something that says My Video. And right underneath My Video, there's a handful of boxes. You want to click on the one that says Touch Up My Appearance. And just for fun, click on Touch Up My Appearance and take a look, and then unclick it and then click it again. And I'm sure you'll always keep that clicked on. So if you're one of those people who are just like so naturally beautiful that you can hop on camera anytime, anywhere and feel totally confident and look great, then you might want to revisit this in like 20, 30 years. But if you're otherwise feeling like you could touch up your appearance, especially if you don't have time to get ready, you literally can use a little bit of dry shampoo, maybe some of that magic root cover up, and get yourself going with a little bit of lighting and a Zoom Touch Up My Appearance. And you'll feel like, just like the guys do, where it only takes a couple minutes to get ready. So I hope you found my top 7 hacks useful. Maybe at least 1 or 2 of them are takeaways for you. Please share this with your fellow female professionals who you know would like to know about this information. And please, if I've missed something, or if you have a product that you love that helps you feel camera ready and feel like you can conquer the world virtually, please share it in the comments. Again, if you're interested in having me bring Lauren on and actually go through like step by step with all the different products that she shared with me, again, she's not selling anything. I'm not selling anything. We wouldn't be doing it to try to push product, but I'm telling you, it was really helpful for me when she gave me a little bit of information on how to apply the makeup to just, to feel like I had a good start anyway. So if you liked this, again, please share it. If you have any comments for me, please leave these on LinkedIn. And I hope that this helps you be even more confident in your virtual delivery, because I think we're going to be doing a lot more virtual coming up here. So have an awesome day and take good care.